Welcome to AltJake Takes On. Hello again, everybody. We are back. I am AltJake. You listen to AltJake Takes On, episode number 43. Here with my buddy George, as always. How you doing today, my friend?
Holy crap, that was enthusiastic.
I'm in a good mood, my friend. Surprisingly, I am in a great mood. I've had a good day. Sorry,
I just blew my ears off. I wasn't expecting that.
My bad. Coming in hot.
That's good.
I'm in a good mood. I think it was a good. I mean, it's the two WWE shows this week. Actually, all three were really good. So I've been in a good mood. I've got a couple of leads on some jobs. We're doing good. We're having fun. Hit my 700 followers on Twitter finally. That took so long. Yeah, a little behind the scenes. I don't know how much everybody knows about Twitter, but I was between like 692 and 698, and it would come close, and then like they would do a bot clearance, and I'd go back to like 680 or whatever. But we finally are at 702 now, and I think most of these are real people, as opposed to,
there's always a straggler or two.
Yeah. I mean, it's an app that's got a lot of AIs and bots, but I was happy to finally hit that. We're knocking on the door of 350 subscribers here on or followers on the subscribers. Yeah, on YouTube.
Followers would be so much.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, followers feels better because people here subscribe and like, whoa, I ain't paying for that. And it's like, guys, no.
So I know you couldn't tell by my tone in our pregame meeting that we do.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you something that's interesting.
What's up, bud? Monday and Tuesday,
I was in such a weird mood. Like I was ready to quit everything. Like everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And I know what brought it back around, but I can save that for the end of the story. But what kind of got me there is a combination of things. At 60 years old, I watch wrestling to be taken away from the daily life and stuff like that. I'm interested in what goes on. I'm casual. I enjoy myself. It's fun. And when someone does something, or the Cena stuff, nothing to do with any of this, by the way, because the conversations were pretty civil, actually, for the most part. I am amazed at what other humans call each other on social media. The lack of respect, the venom that comes out of people. I am raised where I am raised where if you even said something behind someone's back and they found out about it, you're going to have a confrontation. Now, there might not be a fight. There might be a fight. There's no repercussions at all here. Oh, and I noticed that. And I guess I'll get into it. I'm going to keep this vague. Mick Foley did his announcement the other day, okay?
Yep.
And we're not going to say what it is, but we all know what it is. That's fine.
We can.
Everyone knows. Okay. Now, there's one or two responses you can give on social media. One is, Mick, I don't really agree with you, but I respect your decision. The other is, okay, Mick, I'm with you, and I respect your decision. However, calling his wife names, calling him get PSTS, whatever.
That's exactly where people go to.
Holy crap, dude. I wanted to see what people were saying. It made me so angry and sad at the same time.
It's
like, this is like the nicest guy in the world. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're bringing stuff about his wife and shit. I'm like, what the frig is wrong with people?
No, and there's you're right. I fully understand where you're coming from. It was probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I forget what happened, but something similar in a way happened, or whatever happened, or similar to what happened, unfortunately with Rob Reiner recently. There was something where something happened, and people's responses were I forget what it was, because I had to take a moment to, like, not even a moment, it took me some time of like really sitting down and thinking like, okay, when I go into this online world, I have to look at it almost like a video game in a sense, and not like playing, but I mean, like, if you ever play video games online with people with like on the headset, people are going to say the most vitriolic, horrible stuff to other people. And sometimes it's in a joking way, like we're talking shit like in a game or whatever, like on sports. But most of the time it goes way too far. And it's just this world of anonymity. And then for how long that people have been able to do this in this world of living. I mean, it was even back to like the 90s in chat rooms when I was first on the internet and like, you know, AOL Instant Messenger on AIM and stuff where people, you know, you would say age, sex, location, but they could be whoever from wherever you didn't know. And there's just this world of anonymity and there's people don't have the repercussions for it. And then one of the biggest things that I noticed was during like COVID only made that worse for a large section of people where they were just like, oh, I'm never going to get like, and that's how you see people that like will post crazy videos saying horrible things about whatever. And then they like get fired from their job and people are like, how did that, you can't say that and then represent a company. That's not a freedom of speech thing. Freedom of speech just means you're not gonna get arrested for saying that. And you didn't, but you lost your job because people just, I swear people forgot how to be people. My wife and I said that we went to a Christmas show in 2020 and like mid-December, we went to go see like a Christmas Carol at a theater that had, you know, social distancing and there were signs up like you couldn't bring food or drink into the venue and blah, 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 blah. And like, nobody remember, like nobody paid attention to him. Nobody cared. People were like, what do you mean I can't bring these drinks in? What do you mean I can't do this? Like people just forgot how to be humans anymore. Like we've disassociated with it. And so that's where what I do is I just have to laugh about things with it. Like even today about a different topic we'll get into, I've got an opinion on it that I've got pretty well confirmed based on a couple of sources that we've got of what happened, and people are yelling at me like you're right, and like immediately too, instead of, and you know me, I will debate anyone on anything as long as we're civil, like we could talk about it, but immediately people will start going to like calling you stupid, name calling, you know. One of the reasons I don't have any pictures up on anything is because I've had times before people would like attack my wife because I had a profile picture with my wife, like so I got rid of all that stuff. That's why I have anonymity online at this point. I would like to change that one. I would like to be on camera, but it's hard because I don't want anything to happen to her. But these people just they don't care. They just don't, and they don't see because it doesn't affect them. They think they can get away with it, and then and it's disgusting. It really is. And
it's weird.
And the mixed stuff, like, was anybody surprised by that? Like, first off, I kind of figured this was happening anyway because we haven't seen Mick on TV at all. And like if Mick was going to still be doing stuff with WWE, like he would have been at Cena's retirement or they would have had other legend things. Like he's not going to show up and take bumps, but I think he, you know, we know his political views. We know the political views of at least the head honchos of WWE and Triple H being involved with the other stuff. Like, and then I think the Rob Reiner thing is what set Mick to be like, I'm saying this publicly now. I think it was already kind of in motion with it, like, you know,
probably.
You know, it wasn't that surprising with it, but I just think because again, this is one of the few things where almost everybody across the board, whatever political side you're on or whatever any side you're on, religious or whatever, everybody loved Rob Reiner. I mean, he was Meathead. He directed like I forget but what is it, like Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, Harry Met Sally. Like, name me a better 5 movies, like the first 5 movies he made. I'm pretty sure that's the first 5. There might be another one in there somewhere. But I'm just saying, like, everybody loves those movies. Come on. Like,
that was part of the background going on during this. I just didn't want to bring it up because it didn't make sense to this conversation. But
I just think that's what set him off. Like Trump's tweet about that. I mean, I saw people that I have seen, you know, because I follow all sorts of people. I follow a lot of people that are big supporters of Trump. And I saw most of them, almost all of them, to a person be like, that ain't cool. I'm not cool with that. Like, I'm still cool with you as my president, which is, we're allowed to disagree, y'all. Like, I don't understand this of like, we can't, you know, people like one thing, like, oh no, now you're a complete other side. Like, it's just,
which kind of leads me in the direction where I got more frustrated.
Okay.
I was already frustrated there to begin with. So I'm going to wrestling sites. When I go to a wrestling, unless you're a news reporting wrestling agency like Wrestling News or something like that, different story. But if you're like us, just having a show and stuff like that, if you bring your political views to the show, like if we did that, half your audience is gone.
Exactly.
So what I noticed was a lot of people were expressing their political views online. I unfollowed every single one that I saw. whether I agree with them or not. I unfollowed them all.
I
was like, that. I cannot believe that people are taking shots and expressing politics on their show. I told you a long time ago, I said, dude, even if you have a strong political stance on something, we bring it up, you lose half your crowd, you're done.
Yep. No, that was one of our initial things before we started this that I was very big on. I've made appearances in other shows where people will start talking about things. I shut the hell up. I'll go grab a drink or something. Like I don't. And yes, I do have lots of opinions on those things. That none of that is relevant to us talking wrestling. That's the reason we can talk about it like we just did of like how this, but our opinions on the subject don't matter. And you nailed it. If we give any of them, you're not gaining any audience. All you're doing is cutting it in half. Like it's just stupid.
Yeah. If something with Mick Foley, I don't want to hear your political stand. I don't care. I'm not here for that. I'm not. That's why I'm not. Why I'm tuning in. I'm not there for that. I'm sorry.
The only thing about it for me, for when I said, like I said, I wasn't surprised by it. Kind of expected it to be coming, but I don't think he's going to go to AEW. I see other people talking about that too. And
what's he going to do there?
That was exactly my question. It was Brad Becker.
Not even being rude.
Awesome friend of the show, Brad Becker. No, he posted. Because there was also a tweet going around of Ric Flair saying that Sting didn't put anybody in AEW over because there was nobody worth putting anybody over in AEW. Not sure if it's a true tweet or a true quote because I don't listen to the podcast it was quoted from, but I retweeted it because it was funny to me, and I retweeted it as a joke. And Brad said, "Oh man, Rick's trying to get out. Is Mick trying to get in?" And I was like, "Well, Rick's trying to get out for sure, but Mick, what would he do? Like if Tony listened to vets or if there was anybody that he thought he could help, sure, great. Mick's a great wrestling mind, but he's not going to do that." And the last diddly ass thing I want to see is him wrestle. There's people
can't walk.
I know. And there's people posting, when somebody leaves the company or whatever, and they post like all their dream matches, like Mick versus Kyle Fletcher, Mick versus Mark Briscoe. I'm like, yes, in a vacuum in the non-real world, sure, I would like to see Mark Briscoe versus Mick Foley. That could be fun, but not today, not in 2025. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, and I mean, just people are, I don't know.
So this
strong opinions about their thing.
This all came to a boil for me yesterday. And I was like, I'm done. I don't want to be associated with this IWC. The community, which
we're not.
I know, but
say we're not. But yeah, I get you.
I'm not. There's no way. No,
I've always said.
I'm dealing with that, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. There's no way I can't be associated with these people. I can't.
It's you.
It hurts. It hurts me to think that people say things like they do, and all this shit. And I'm like, I'm done. And then this morning, I was still in the same frame this morning. And as I'm at work, I'm putzing around on my forklift and stuff. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? I have fun with what we do and what we have presented, what it's become. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is a lot of evolving. We've evolved over this time for sure.
But it's fun and I enjoy it. And I'm like, well, I kind of like it. And it keeps my mind active. I am getting older,
Yeah, no.
And it keeps everything moving. So I'll just disassociate myself with the other sector and stay with Jake, and I'll be fine. Yep. So there you go.
So no, and I love that.
Dude, that was 2 days of really, really deep thoughting.
Well, and there was a lot. Well, I mean, and there was so much vitriol being spit back and forth. And it's one of the things, and I'm not sure if I have it in the description anymore of our channel because I've added different things into it, but I've tried to keep that in there where, like, I use the alt in my name because it is the first 3 letters of my last name. That's where it comes from. And I don't want to be back to politics. I didn't want people thinking of alt anything. I'm not far right or far left anything. I'm not, but it's the alt was to be an alternative to the IWC. Because what do I always say? The IWC, the people that I consider the IWC are the people that are either always complaining or have no patience, or the combination of both. Like the people that are just going to complain no matter what. I actually saw Niccolo Piccolo right before we jumped in here that he retweeted somebody else, and I grabbed it to retweet it myself because it was great. It's like the IWC is in a perpetual state of Festivus. Like they're all just airing their grievances all the time. Like it's something, man. And that's something where and back to where I was saying before a couple years ago, and this was not so much in wrestling, but just in all of the social media space, that I disassociate a bit with it, and I just try to laugh at it to a point, because it's just a weird fake world. And I mean, now what sucks is there are some great people in there. Like, I consider Dis and Awful like genuine friends. Like, I know them personally. Like,
yeah, and they didn't say anything during this,
right? And if they did, they would talk about like their job. I even saw Neckbeards retweeted like, "Sorry, gang, I don't have an opinion on this. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this doesn't bother me or whatever, because it's mixed decision. How is this?"
That's what I'm saying.
It's
none of our business. It really isn't. None of my business.
And that goes back to people, like, whether it's, and there's more in AEW of the fans, but there are some WWE fans, but there's people in anything, whether it's a sports team, for some people it's their religion, for some people it's a politician. Like, they are fully behind this 100%, no matter what. And if you say anything against him, brah, like, yes, I watch WWE and I enjoy it, but when they make mistakes, we talk about it. And if there's things I don't like, I will say it, or things that were stupid, I will say it.
And it's all opinion based. I mean,
yes, but these people just get so focused, and so, like, if you love the Bills, but if somebody talks crap about it, you're gonna, like, you might talk crap back, but you're not gonna be screaming at him and calling. It doesn't. In the first step of,
dude, my brother was a Patriots fan.
There you go, right? Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I'm a Tottenham fan. My best friend on the planet is a Man United fan. Like, we said, but we get along. We could watch games together because we're friends. Like, it's fine. It's just, I don't know, people.
So Mike, I came around.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear, and I'm glad to hear that, because I'm hoping that if you had gotten there, I would have been able to convince you of this, to say, because it is fun what we do. And yes,
I don't think you picked up on the fact.
I almost texted you yesterday. Actually,
I didn't say a word for 2 days.
Yeah, well, because the little behind the scenes, we were debating on trying to record something Monday, and then the timing didn't work out. So we're like, "Oh, we'll record Tuesday," and you didn't text me yesterday, and I was kind of busy with stuff. And then I texted you last night of like, "Hey, if you want to record tomorrow," if you didn't respond back to me by the time I woke up this morning, I would have been like, "Everything cool, man?" Like, I was close, but also too, I mean, the weather's gotten crappier. Like, you could have been sick. You got family, like, it's
but I would say something about that.
I get you, but that makes sense.
Whatever. But in conclusion, I will say though, if I unfollowed you guys for any reason out there was a reason. I'm sorry, and I know it's no big deal. I'm not a huge superstar. Whatever. And a lot of people won't. We're not a big channel. That's fine. I just wanted to tell you guys what I've been dealing with, and
I get it. No, I appreciate it. No,
like people we know are saying shit. So I'm like, I'm out.
I get you. No, and that's another one of the things.
I'm sorry. And then Jim and Cornette stepped in and said something, and then I saw, your wife gangbanging Batista and shit. I'm like, okay, that was the cherry on top. That's what did it for me. I remember now.
So
I didn't.
So I had missed all of that. It was actually Awful posted like, wow, that went from 0 to 1,000 real quick. And I was like, wait, what happened? I missed it. And I saw all that too. And that's where those people, that's where everybody goes with it. Like, it just goes to immediate name calling and anger and vitriol with it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
depressing too, by the way. No, seriously,
it is. Because it's sad that's where these people are. That's where society has gone. That's what I was going to say a second ago, was that what I also think happens is, I don't want to say it's like a sheep mentality, but it's almost like a hive mind kind of situation where people start seeing other people tweeting or posting about their opinions. And they're like, well, I'm going to pile on with that, or I'm going to join in on that. And some people, they get swayed by it, and all of a sudden they're all in on it, good or bad. I can remember, I won't say the specific movie, because if people love it, I don't want to hurt. Again, I don't want to upset anybody, but I remember back in like 2005, 6, a movie came out that everybody loved and said was great. And I watched it and it was terrible. And over time, my opinion has been termed right. It was just everybody saying how good it was and how it was visually spectacular and amazing. It was terrible. And then it was terrible.
I'd be the guy that's on Twitter, and I'd be like, oh, I can follow his lead. Yeah, call him a jackass or something. I'd be the one that gets caught.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's just me.
That's
75 people said slurs, and I say something totally different. I'm the one off.
That's right. Yeah, and you're the one who gets an account suspended for 12 hours. Oh, no, that's me. No, I'm kidding. No, That's actually funny you say that though, because that's how Sean Ross Sapp ended up blocking me, because I responded to a tweet that Dax posted that didn't tag Sean, but it was his article, and I just quoted back. I didn't put Sean's name in there, and he came after me, got his whole bot army after me, Cash Wheeler too, and then he blocked me. I'm like, okay, buddy, have fun, psycho. It's like
Interesting.
Yeah, that was 2022. I think I was. The funniest part is I was literally in the car driving to San Diego. I wasn't driving, so that's why I could tweet. It just snapped on me. Just all right, man. But there was literally like 300 tweets in there. You just found mine. That happens sometimes.
It works. So I wanted you to know all that before we started the show. So
I appreciate it. And here I thought we were going to talk Hogan to kick off the show.
I had that planned. Yes, but I scrapped that plan and.
No, this is good. That's one of the things I like about also what we do is we are real people, and we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. Like that's where something that I think we do differently and better than people. And again, if we disagree, we can even get loud and scream at each other. But like, it's part of it. We're having fun with it. It's not like, oh, that's your opinion. Show's over. Canceled. I'm done. Come on. Yeah, done. No, I get you. Yeah.
So on a real quick thing I heard today was pretty cool. On Bubba's show, they were talking to Brooke Hogan about something. And afterwards, one of the other guys in the show suggested to Bubba, you should do a series of like wrestling behind the scenes stuff that from Hogan and the Hogan stories. And he's thinking about doing it. I think that's going to be awesome. Because they were talking about, what were they talking about? Oh, how the ring. Remember when Mark Henry and Big Show collapsed the ring?
Yeah.
Like he broke down everything they did before the show.
Oh, Hogan like the ring. Because I've seen people talk about it and the way they did it, people even in the audience didn't tell, but like they put like the hydraulic system under it and raised the ring a little bit, and then
it's very interesting.
Yeah, and
he has a bunch of stories, dude.
I'm sure I would.
That's so many, and yeah, I'll go. We'll see what he does, but
I would love to hear those, especially too, like, because it's one of those things where like he'll explain it from
he was there.
Yeah, well, just like a real person's perspective too, as opposed to being from the business.
He talks business. He talks in business tone all the time on his radio station.
No, I know, but I'm just meaning like
it's weird. It's fucking. It's so weird, dude. Like he'll be looking at some news thing and he goes, "That's a shoot."
Kayfabe, brother. Kayfabe.
It's interesting. Speaking of interesting, how was Raw?
Yeah, I was gonna say we got into Raw with it from back.
But thank you for listening to my opening monologue. I appreciate it.
I love it. No, this is the kind of stuff I like to talk about. Like we're a discussion show. We just keep it mostly about wrestling for this point. That's where we're bases on. But I like it. No, that was a very interesting discussion with it. I'm happy we had that conversation. I'm also happy that we're still doing this show. No. And then what I was also happy about, but not everybody was the heat. The heat that Gunther got. Like, this is why they did this. Like, and there's still people trying to think that or say that like Cena for sure should have won. This was a mistake. Like, you could have wanted that, and like maybe for the crowd in the moment it was a mistake, but like we all understand this was for this to make Gunther like the heel of the company, and it was perfect. I don't know.
When this thing whole click for me, because I was still on the fence at this point.
Sure.
When they showed the him leaving the arena.
Oh, with AJ?
No, at the cops and everything, behind the scenes stuff, not on TV.
Oh, you mean like from DC? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw that too, where I think I even like barely mentioned it on the Spaces part where because I only saw a clip of it and then I saw the whole thing later where he's like leaving the arena. People are mad. Like and he's been on his Instagram.
He had to be escorted to the hotel by policemen.
Yeah, it's awesome. And on his Instagram, he's been like retweeting videos that people are sending or posting of like kids crying at the match or whatever. Like, and then like this was one of those things where he doesn't even really get to cut a promo. Like he says a few things, but mostly it's just them screaming at him, and just the heat and vitriol was amazing. And I mean,
it was cool.
And then
it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that was missing was that I made Cena give up shirt, but he's too smooth for that. He's too Gunther. Like he doesn't wear t-shirts. He's
I was just talking about Bubba a little earlier, right?
Yeah.
And him and his co-host were talking about the Cena match, right? And Bubba goes, Cena won, right? And the guy's like, no. And Bubba played the clip of Gunther going get escorted and stuff. And he just paused for a second and he said, oh yeah, it's Cena. Business first.
Yup.
What's good for the business?
Well,
and that makes sense. That's what he said.
No, you're right. So, and
not me.
Well, and
I didn't say it.
I was watching Rumor and Innuendo this morning. Mostly, I like their show on YouTube, but I really watch it because the chat is fun. It's actually how I met Wrestling Old Head back in the day. And he had a great line today where he said, Cena was always they always bitched about Cena never putting over any young guys, never losing. And there was one other thing, I forget what it was, but or turning heel. In his retirement tour, he does all three of those things and people are still mad. Back to what we started the show with, people just gonna be mad. Some people gonna be mad no matter what. And
it's interesting. I know a lot of people are talking about that time-honored traditions, that shit like that. I was breaking it down. I saw it on a couple things. Even it was Bubba again. He's like, Hogan won his last match. Flair won his last match. Undertaker won his last match. HBK and Triple H won their last match. All these people win their last matches, and nobody's really that old school guy.
No, hang on. Sean
and HBK won that match.
No, not against Undertaker, which is my last match for Sean. Saudi doesn't count.
Match. Technically speaking, I'm talking. All right. I understand where you're going.
And I also kind of think of it for Flair, like TNA and afterwards, man, his last match in WWE,
he lost any of that shit.
I don't want to remember.
Seeing somebody pull down Flair's pants on the fucking cage. No, thank you.
Don't make me relive it. No. Yeah, no, that was or like even that stuff with Mick Foley. Woof.
But the misconception is simple, and it makes sense that Cena would have it.
Right.
It's a territory wrestling thing. When you left the territory, you put the next guy over. That was your gig. You left Mississippi, you're going to Alabama. Okay, put him over. And that makes sense because Cena's main teacher was Cornette. So it connects.
And it was and for him, like it's always about who's gonna be here on Monday, who's gonna be here next week. He said that whenever he made this announcement late last year or whenever it was. I forget. I think it was actually in like the summer or whatever. It was at Money in the Bank, I'm pretty sure. But he made that announcement. Then he's like, I'm going to do, and he's like, this whole thing is I'm giving back to it was always a give back. I feel like, and I don't remember because we didn't have a show at the time. I think I was still doing PWT appearances of it, but I remember saying, I mean, I just tweeted it, whatever. But I remember saying when Cena announced it, Gunther making him tap out makes the most sense for Cena. It's just, that's who John is. And then like Gunther barely can get anything out with the crowd. They're just booing him and he just cackles at them and made him tap out like a bitch, like says it right. It was great. He goes to leave and he's got Pierce yelling at him, R-Truth yelling at him, and AJ Styles waiting for him. Heat. Like it's perfect. Everybody loves Truth. Everybody loves Pierce. Everybody loves AJ. He'll probably just murk them all. Love it. No notes.
We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do.
I loved it. I think it's great. I think this is exactly what it's supposed to be for Gunther, and I'm excited to see what he does. The only thing that this might not be able to make happen, but maybe they just make it heel versus heel, is like, I want Gunther versus Brock at a Mania. Could be a SummerSlam, but they're both going to be heels because Brock's clearly not turning babyface. Did you see his, they released the video or his WWE WrestleMania clip where he's playing poker? I ain't saying your damn tagline. Oh, Jesus. Like that was good. And I feel like that wasn't fake. That was Brock. And they were just like, yeah, we'll clip that. That works. That's fine.
Yeah. Brock does what Brock wants.
Yep. And that's
when
fine.
Brock wants to do it.
Yup. Yeah. And yeah, we could. Yeah. So then they had the tag match, which, I mean, was fine. I was just like, really Usos New Day. I mean, I got it. Like, and the idea I think is more for, again, I think they're kind of giving back. I still think this is all going to lead to Jay turning heel, or at least like it's a heel turn, but I don't know. But I mean, it was a fun match because these are great tag wrestlers, but I thought the New Day would win and it would start the downfall of Jay. Maybe they're trying to like hold that off. I just feel like that's where it's going. Because even the Yeats, they're still popular, but it's not nearly what it was even 6 months ago. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, we all said, I mean, I was out.
It only goes so long, dude.
Yep. And I've said, I like the Yeats. Because I was there in person, I've seen them. They're fun, but it's got a shelf life. It's always had a shelf life. But it's fun. This, I love everything with the vision, with all this stuff. Where I feel like Heyman is just like herding kittens with these three. It's just like trying to make it work. He's got all three of them have got their own agendas, but you can kind of keep them together with it.
I've been getting a real kick out of Logan Paul's facial expression during these things.
So good. He
hilarious.
No
I'm like,
right
wow,
to
dude,
be
he's got this going good.
Like, yeah, athletically, okay, he could pick it up, but yeah, he's got the acting parts down. He knows, like, and he's also figured out too of like, hey, I've got to be the one who eats it as the heel from time to time. It works. I love it. No, this was good stuff. They also made the announcement that Unreal Season 2 starts on January 20th. That's awesome. I didn't realize it's coming out that soon. I like that. Don't have to wait a full year.
I did like it when I didn't want to watch it the first time. Remember?
I remember we talked about it.
And I'll watch it, but I'm not sure I want to know certain things. But
I get you.
I never know what I want on these things.
See, for me, I don't know why I like it. So I think because I've admitted it. Ever since I hit my 40s, I have become a documentary guy. Like, I love documentaries. That's just basically all I watch. I watched the whole Ken Burns American Revolution one in like 2 days. I love American Revolution is one of my favorite things on the planet. So it was a great subject. But I just love documentaries. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I'm not really sure. But I'm real excited for it. Plus, I mean, I also think it's great because a lot of it does shit on the dirt sheets because,
that's true.
So there's fun into it, but I was just surprised that it was announced so soon. I thought it would be, they would do one a year. Maybe we'll get it like every, 8-9 months, which makes sense too. Cause now they're going to be short on stuff to film. Good Lord.
Yeah. They got plenty of subject matter. That's for sure.
That's exactly right. And then
can I ask a question to you?
Sure.
What's up? It's not so much Unreal related, but it's pretty close. Do you think Triple H has put himself in the public eye too much, being the main guy? This goes back to the booing thing.
Yeah.
On Cena's.
So I don't yet, because I always kind of thought that a lot of that was to like, I don't know if whitewash is the right word, but like wash the stain of Vince away to make sure like he's and then you're going to get to an apex point though. That's why I'm really glad you asked that question, because I don't think it's there yet, but we are almost to the top of that mountain and you got two decisions. He either needs to pull back and not do as much, or be Mr. Levesque and go the full McMahon route, which I don't think is a good idea yet. So I would think he pulls back a bit, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe now some of the stuff that he narrates or whatever, Cena could narrate because he's going to be.
That's possible.
I just thought of it as you said.
Maybe just not be on TV so much.
I agree. No, I agree. But I kind of thought it was like a concerted effort for a couple of years to like,
it makes sense,
what I mean? Get rid of it. Triple H is in charge. Don't worry about Vince. Look over here. But I fully see it. And, the people that are like within the IWC or whatever, the hardcores, they were going to turn faster, but to the casuals. But I would think, sometime next year, maybe even like after Mania or something. Like, obviously, you'll still do the job, but just don't be as visual. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Then we had
I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I love it. This is why I like the way we do it. Like we use Raw or whatever we're talking about to be our like bones and outline for conversation. We can talk about whatever the hell we want. Also, wait a minute. Is that the guy on the right in the CM Punk jacket? Is that I forget his name. I'm pretty sure that's I can't remember the basketball player's name that he was. He used to play for the Celtics, big guy. The guy was like their bruiser.
Dude, you're talking basketball.
Yeah, I'm very bad at basketball, but But this all. Rhea comes out, Io comes out, and then Kabuki Warriors in the face.
Dude, that was friggin' cool. I did not see her even there.
I was like, wait, what?
Where did she come from?
So was I. I didn't realize you could get the poison mist. out of nowhere. I didn't know you could do that. I like that.
Like,
that was good.
Was she squatting down in the front row?
I'm assuming so, or
nicely
like
done, by the way. Nice.
Yeah, or maybe they had her by the time. I don't know.
Very good.
I don't. And I'm sure they probably did it if they were smart. Not if they were smart. I'm sure they were smart enough. Like the moment Rhea's music hits and everybody goes nuts, and you shine the light on her, nobody's gonna be paying attention. Like Asuka probably could have walked right up there with it. Nobody would have saw that. I mean, I'm sure they probably had her like a hoodie or whatever. But this is awesome. No, and then Kyrie comes out of the wall over the thing there. Like, this was great. I was surprised by all of that, and it makes sense because they announced. I don't know if it's the next Raw or if it's on January 5th, but it's going to be the Kabuki Warriors versus Riho for the tag titles, which is cool. That makes sense.
I look forward to when this experiment's over with.
I was just about to say, I kind of feel like that should be the I don't know how you end it though, because they're not going to turn Rhea or Io heel, but I don't think they need to do anything beyond that. Like, because if they win the titles, then the feud continues, and I'm kind of with you that it needs to kind of come to an end. I'm kind of also hoping that maybe like with the Royal Rumble and Mania season, everybody for themselves, maybe we'll kind of
see. It's weird. It's weird. I like Rhea a lot. I like the Kabuki Warriors. I am not an Io Sky fan, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't apologize. Hey, it's all opinion of it.
It's just hard. I get it.
Yeah,
and I like what she's doing, but it's just the Kabuki Warriors overact beyond anybody anyway. Now she's in mix, and Rhea's with her, and this reminds me of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
I know you said that before, and I get you. I think no, you're good. You're good. I appreciate. Hey, we are not a big enough channel where we cannot.
Forgot I said it before.
You're good. No, that's good because there's always going to be a new listener each time. We are not a big enough channel where we've. I like that. No, we're callbacks. No, I think the issue with Io a bit is she's still basically the same character she's always kind of been. So I'm hoping something happens within this where she can she does turn heel and be a solo heel. Like, I don't know. There needs to be, some kind of change. And I feel like we're getting into Mania season. You got that big Raw. It's a good match to have on that big Raw. I mean, I will see. I feel like the end of that storyline is coming though, because they need to break them off, and
because Rhea is so popular.
Yes,
and so like I like her wrestling. I think it's great, but I'm not seeing enough of it. I'm getting sick of it, and I want to see her. I want her in the championship picture. Get her.
I know. I agree.
Get her back where she belongs. This is the minor leagues.
And that is why the Jade comparison with Bianca is exactly right, because Bianca slowed her way down, and she should have been a singles contender with it and getting the title, not having to be with Jade. So no,
did you see her prognosis, by the way?
Bianca's? No.
Yeah.
No, I've no idea.
She's been out for what, 8 months?
Something like that for a long time.
And I saw the other day that she had deemed surgery.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, so she's been out for 8 months and now she needs surgery. What the hell happened in those 8 months?
I didn't realize.
I didn't read the full article. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. I was thinking maybe like she just had to.
Remember we thought it was a broken finger or something?
Yeah, because it initially was something with her hand. Yeah, that was the initial. But
that's
maybe
what she had to go for. She had to go for wrist surgery. That's it.
Oh.
I'm not looking at anything either.
No, you're good. The wrist, like wrist, shoulders, knees, those weird joint things, they can really mess it up. My right wrist still clicks from a high school football injury.
That timeline is weird to me.
It's long. So I hate to say, but so what I kind of thought was maybe that she had gotten pregnant, but she wasn't sure about the pregnancy. Maybe it was like one of those things where kind of wait and see, and maybe they would announce it like kind of like with Cody and Brandy did for their second child, just announce when the baby's born, and that's the announcement that we're pregnant, just because it had been so long. Yeah. I didn't really, but so I know that can happen with any injury where there's like, hey, you can try rehab and not have surgery, or do the surgery, and then you try the rehab, it doesn't work, then you do the surgery and you lose more. I've seen that with sports before.
Right.
Too. Damn.
Not that long though.
Yeah, no, that sucks. That's crazy. And I just checked. It is on January 5th in Brooklyn for the women's tag title, because there's the other match that's we'll talk about as we get closer to it. But then that's the two matches so far for January 5th is the women's tag match, and then Punk versus Braun. Yeah. So that was a decent enough segment with that, but I'm with you. This does need to kind of move along. So there we get this.
I was taking a drink of water. I apologize.
You're good. Man. No, I was just laughing because I saw what the next picture was, and I'm interested in your reaction here. Maxine Dupree. I mean, I'll just cover my part of it. She's improving. The crowd loves her. I don't blame her for any of this because I still think she would have done better with more time in NXT, but Vince called her up too early. The fact that she's getting better on the fly without house shows, and I didn't say she's getting good. I said she's getting better. There's still some rough spots, but clearly she's a hard worker, and clearly she listens well, and everybody who matters, Triple H, the producers, they love her. So that's, you know what I mean? Like it is, and that's why it's one of those situations where it's a little bit tough with her, but they're putting her with people she knows, with Ivy. I'm curious to see where it'll go after this with it. But, when I saw this match, I was like, oh boy, George not going to like this one. But
it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Well, but it wasn't good. But I mean,
honestly, passable.
I was going to say it was better than I thought it was going to be. And that was the passable works. I mean, it was fun with it. I enjoyed most of it with it. I was, I wasn't surprised. I was kind of surprised that Maxine made her tap. I didn't think that was going to be the end of the match, but it was fun.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah. Here's what I wish they would have done. I mentioned this, I think, before I got angry on social media.
I know you said something about the NXT thing. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
What it would be cool if just send her down to NXT, like to go, like she's scouting, maybe looking at the competition. Yeah. Because NXT's doing a tour. They're going to do house shows. You see that?
Yes.
Okay.
So and not just like Florida, like actual,
all over the country.
Yeah.
So now if you have her down there, she's going to gain all that experience and then bring, she can be on both shows. It don't matter. But if we see her in NXT, like lurking the distance and she jumps the ring and does some stuff, all those house shows, bingo. I think you got something, but I don't know.
And we'll talk at NXT when we get to NXT, but no spoiler. People watch the shows when they listen to us, but Sol Ruka's getting a match against Chelsea Green for the U.S. Championship. So maybe something could happen where that could be, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely crossovers with it. No, I think that's a great idea. Cause because like you can't put
she needs to work.
She does. And you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube and just send her down there full time.
No,
she is where she is. No, I know. Exactly. No, I just, when I saw your tweet, I don't think I thought of it in that way that you explained it there. And I like that. No, that could work. It's almost like, damn it, you wish she would still in the, like, under Gable in the Alpha Academy where she could be scouting for him. Like that storyline would be very easy is my point, but that's okay. No, I like that.
They've already put out the vignettes with her with Natty.
Yeah.
So that can all work. That can all work on all those house shows they're going to be doing for NXT.
Yeah. And they're going to be doing a lot. So it's not like she's got to be on every one of them, but there's going to be a bunch. I mean, and clearly they're doing more because the tweet that I saw was Lexis King retweeted was like, this is the first round. Keep an eye out for coming to your show, to your town or whatever. And I commented back, come to Phoenix. I will go. And he liked the tweet. So that was cool. No, I would be all for that. That would work. And I mean, I feel like those NXT house shows, they can do a 3-hour house show. It's not televised. Everybody can get them. Not everybody, but you can get a lot of matches in there, a lot of time. No, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. These are when you see a Nova Femi or you see a Sol Ruka, remember that they've been touring, not existentially as a new one coming out, but they've been touring Florida constantly. So
yeah, they do. From what I see, they do every other weekend. It seems that they do like their little coconut loop. And then speaking of NXT, after this and before the next segment, they showed like the video packages of the 3 or the 4 stars that were on set, like with Oba, Sol Ruka, Leon Slater, Javon Evans. Like it was a really good video package with all of them. I was happy to see that. That was, I mean, a great advert for NXT and for the future. So that was cool. And then we get to my favorite portion of the evening, Mad CM Punk. There's probably nothing that entertains me more than when he's mad. Like he gets, like the moment he grabs the mic and takes the mic case thing, the raw thing off, like you're like, oh, we're getting a real one. Like, when I saw that, I turned my volume up. I was like, okay, baby, and it was great. I mean, he cuts into Bron, he cuts into the Steiners, makes math jokes, like all sorts of great references. Called him
and got responses from Scotty Steiner too. On
Did
Twitter.
he? I hadn't seen that yet.
Freaking funny.
I
Make fun of my family, will you?
Yeah. That was
good
great.
stuff.
Scott
knows how to play the game, dude.
And I'm sure it was covered beforehand because there's no way Bron's bringing up AJ Lee without like Punk allowing it. You know what I mean? Like and so I'm sure it was all covered before. What was the line? I wrote it down. Cross-eyed Neanderthal Nepo baby. I was like, oh, it's a good line. No, this was great.
They talked about that prior.
Yeah, no, he came out. Yeah. I grabbed this picture purposely because it's got the mic up there without the raw thing. And he was mad. No, because I remember when Punk first showed up. I mean, didn't not like him, but I took me some time to get it. But I remember when he really turned heel and just started being a dick and mad. I was like, oh, I like this guy. I like this guy. And that's angry Punk will always do well.
I do like the fact that all of a sudden, we don't hear anything about it anymore, but he has not been hurt at all, and he's made the schedule. And And when I was, he looks 100% better too, by the way.
A healthy state of mind,
yes,
do wonders for the body. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you even think of like when he first came into AEW, like and wrestled dark, like he was looking. I honestly think he was.
Dude, he had bags under his eyes and shit.
Not right when he first came. Eventually, I think after that.
Because when he first,
when he first showed back up and he was doing the stuff with Darby, like that was good. And then there was initial stuff with like MJF or whatever it was the stuff with Hangman that really just right when that happened, it all went bad. And you could see he was just like, and I'm sure there's much more behind the scenes we don't know about, but yeah, a healthy state of mind can do wonders. Also, he's not working with Moxley or or anybody else like that. So.
Speaking of all your AEW stars, Thursday nights on YouTube. Take it from there, sir.
9:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on this YouTube channel. We will go live and discuss, on this Thursday, we'll discuss the 3-hour Dynamite. We're probably only going to watch the Dynamite portion because it's Dynamite and Collision. If there's a match that is worth watching, we will, but we'll give a full review. Hopefully Tony Khan gives us a little live beforehand that we can review those for you.
I don't think he's gonna.
Nah, I was hoping.
Because it's a tape episode.
Oh, you're right. It was because you're right, Manchester. You're right. Yeah. No, it's already been taped. You're right. Because I saw someone post a spoiler, but like I scrolled past, so I didn't actually see the spoiler. Because if I'm gonna watch it, I'd like to at least be surprised.
Sure.
Yep. But yeah, we'll go through every segment for you, and we'll watch it so you don't have to. And come hang out. We've been getting more.
Yeah, Thursday shows are a big hit.
They've been a lot of fun. We're getting more folks in the chat. The chat is awesome. We got really good people in there that are having fun. We're very welcoming. Even if you are an AEW fan, come hang out. Like we're making jokes and talking about things, but we'll discuss it, and we will tell you what we like. And there's usually multiple things I like on each show. And as like anything, I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm not watching wrestling to be mad. I can go outside and do that. We're having fun here. But yeah, come hang out. And if you're not sure, watch one of the replays. We got I purposely put the chats in the replays. That's a thing you have to turn on so the people get to see how we're interacting. And I throw a bunch of chats on the screen. We'll respond to them. It's very interactive. We're having fun. Going live is something that we've been wanting to do more and more of. And so the next time NXT has a real like Saturday PLE, we'll go live again for those ones. But come hang out with us this Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and on Sunday on X at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. We are on as many platforms as we can. And if you're on any of the replay gang, YouTube, or any podcast platform, I post everything everywhere to bring you all in for them. So then we had the quick Judgment Day segment where Raquel, as you said, I think it was you that she's the one that's going to turn babyface. I got to go face Stephanie on my own. I don't need you guys with me. And Liv and Roxanne were like, oh yeah, we're teaming up.
Liv almost gave that look to the camera, and I almost shit myself. Like, oh, thank God.
That's all you're looking. Don't look at my camera. No. But it does seem like they're making it to where Liv and Roxanne will be able to team together and be as a team with an issue. Because, it seems like Raquel is turning babyface, which is fine. I mean, she's done great as the big heel character that she's been for the Judgment Day, but I'd be cool with her branching off.
She's done a lot better since she's feeling better.
Yes,
physically and mentally. I'm assuming. Yes.
Yeah, and this is the reverse of CM Punk. Like, her physical's better now, so her mental can get together. You know, Punk had to get his mental right, and now he can physically be fine. She was the reverse, but no, it's good to see. And this match was good. I really enjoyed this. Like, this was, you know, the big dominant heel versus the good technical baby face. Both got moves in, and it was funny because as I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, well, Stephanie's got to win, but I don't think Raquel should lose. And I think I'm pretty positive in my head. As I was saying that, Nikki Bella came in and attacked and caused a DQ. And that made so much sense because when Nikki was talking crap to Stephanie last week, Raquel was the one who came out and knocked her out. And then this could make Raquel look like a babyface with it. So
yeah, when this match first started, I said Raquel can't lose. Obviously, Stephanie can't lose.
Right.
I didn't pick Nikki Bella, but I
didn't either. I wasn't sure, but I was wondering, like, is the Judgment Day gonna? What I thought was that the Judgment Day was gonna come down and like get involved, and that was gonna make Raquel mad, which would have worked, but this made so much more sense. You don't need to rush anything. We've got time. You know, I like this though. This made a lot of sense for me. I'm not sure exactly what Nikki needs to do, but this fine. I'm cool with it. He went back to Heyman and Pierce in the back where they're talking about the Masked Man. Who is he? And Heyman, I forget all of he said, but the way he was like, yeah, I am a lying scumbag, but I'm not lying about this or whatever he said. Just Heyman's gold.
That's pretty funny.
Anytime he's on my TV, I always love it. Like, I just like, that was great. And then he leaves and Rhea comes in, and this was the other match. I knew there was something on something on next Monday, and it's Rhea versus Asuka, which
should be very good.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I would think.
And I would think, because it's probably going to be the main event next week, I would think, depending on what they do. I'm assuming it does go to a finish. You would think easily have Rhea win, and then they can lose to the Kabuki Warriors on the 5th, but maybe not, but we'll see. I think that it makes a lot of sense though. And then we had the main event, which was a lot of fun. I mean, again, Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. He's so damn good at this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a main event. How the hell did that happen?
And it does, and you're like, yep, no, that worked. And he has a great, and I mean, obviously too, like, they're not putting him in there with, you know, schlubs or young, like, obviously the veterans are leading, but clearly he listens and understands, like, hey, I know what I know and I know what I don't, and I will have you work with me and cheer. So, but this is great. Like, he beats up Ray, but Ray gets his little underdog comebacks. I thought this was great. Like, Logan always doing his silly little viral stuff. I mean, that's his character. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's into it. He knows what he's doing.
Well, and I mean, he got famous from Vine, which was the one where they were like it was like TikTok before TikTok, where they were like 5-second videos or whatever. He got famous from that. And that was what, 15 years ago? That Vine hasn't existed for years. So
I don't even know what it is.
I know of it. I was too old for it then, but yeah, basically it was TikTok before TikTok. I think it was actually 6 seconds for some reason. Someone will tell us in a comment. There were like 6-second videos that people made or whatever, but that's how he got famous. Yeah. And then you had the moment where I love this, Heyman with the Nux. Like, he's just like we said it when we did our top 5 managers forever ago. Of like, more managers, please. We always want more managers, and just follow Heyman. Just, he can coach. This is so good. Like, I just loved it. And then they're going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, boom, the Masked Man comes out. And as you can see in this picture, we could see his nose. Like, his eyes and nose were out in this one. Like, you could see it was a white guy. I'm like, oh, he's unmasking tonight.
You can tell every single one of these have been a different dude.
And now it's finally the right one. Maybe. I'm wondering if maybe this one was.
No, remember what I said? Remember what I told you way back? I said,
the feet size?
No, the feet, that thing. But remember, I said that I think when Triple H made his statement that all your questions are going to be answered and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think he realized that everyone knew it was theory. And they held back on all that.
That makes sense.
And they moved it back, maybe pushed it back a little bit and made you think maybe it wasn't theory, but it was theory.
Right. No, that and see, that's a good way of using, like, the internet or Twitter or dirt sheets or whatever to your advantage. No, that might have been. And then Bron Breakker comes out and tries and CM Punk nails him with the chair, which does give Logan Paul the chance to sneak out the win, gets the W. And then we get the big reveal. It was Austin Theory, and he's looking at
Daniel Garcia.
Oh God, Daniel.
That's what I saw. Someone else on Twitter thought the same thing I thought. I just didn't tweet it out. Someone tweeted it. I was laughing. I gave him a like. I'm like, damn.
Now I saw Awful posted who did it better because they had this one and it was Daniel Garcia with the other one. Yeah, but it was great because they're looking in the eyes, and then it's also that Bron can spear the living shite out of Punk. Like, Jesus. This is such a great picture. Look at that. Like his feet in the air. Like I'm excited.
He's gotten to the point now where he's more calculated in how he does it. Like his feet go up and his body's it's not hitting as hard as it was before.
No. Not like that one. What was it? Carlito that he came out from the outside the ring and he flipped him. Yeah, no, it's a bit. But I mean, I was happy to see it was Theory. Like we said when we first thought it, like it just makes the most sense. He wasn't in any trouble. I would have no. Trick Williams might have made some sense, but this because for some reason people are like, oh, Austin Theory hasn't been on TV in X amount of time. He's in trouble. He's got heat. Like
that's why.
Right.
You don't keep him off TV and make a good day. That's why.
The longer
what does Cornette say?
How can I miss you if you don't won't go away? Yeah. And like go away for a minute. Like take some time away. And I mean,
and he was gone for how long? He's been gone for quite some time, right?
I was gonna say I would want to say since like the beginning of the summer, maybe.
See, that's perfect.
Know. Yeah,
people forgot about him actually. So
exactly,
mission accomplished.
And that's why the people, like you said, like everybody knew that was him. Like all of us who pay tons of attention, we knew, but it wasn't like the casuals are probably surprised. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about him. Let me see if I can see really quick.
The idea.
Here.
That's how it works.
Oh wow. Looks like the last time he was on TV was February 15th. At least according to Wikipedia. But it was in July. It does. Yeah. Oh, and it also makes sense because that was the one where his NXT Vengeance where he was facing Obafemi for the title and lost because Waller cost him. No, this works. No, I liked it. I was all for it. Obviously, we thought it was Theory from the beginning, but it made perfect sense to have him there. I'm all for it, and it gets you excited for not only next week, but the first Raw of the year, and then moving forward. And he's good for the vision. It still lets Bron Breakker be the leader because I did hear some people of putting in like whoever they were predicting being like a Seth Rollins replacement, like being not Rain. But that exactly Breaker's good enough. No, it was perfect. I enjoyed it.
Now you get to see Austin Theory under Triple H, see what he can do because now the official Vince is gone.
Yep, so and under Triple H with Paul Heyman helping him too. And we know how much Triple H loves Paul Heyman. I mean, if you forget, just rewatch his Hall of Fame introduction with what he was allowed to say, how much Triple H put him over. And there was that like behind the scenes where he gives him a hug and he's like, none of this exists without you or something, like the way he talked to Heyman. Like, no, those guys are as tight as it can be. So
yeah, be good to
I
see
was
what
all
happens.
into Raw.
Give it a chance, 100%. See how it goes.
Exactly. And then we got the fun portion of this show. It'll be for the start of NXT here. Well, initially it starts with Javon Evans mad in the parking lot, which as well it should. I mean, he should be mad at Ricky Saints. I'm cool with that. No problem there. But then we start with the most controversial spot of the week, apparently, with Blake Monroe and Thea Hale. I feel like people haven't been watching the show. Like people, like we talked about this. People watch clips. People see highlights. Not many people, I don't think, watch NXT in full like we do, because this made sense if you've been watching the show. Like Thea with the whole like losing Chase U and not having any friends, and Joe Hendry believing in her, but like she's still been losing with Joe believing in her. But then it comes to this moment where she's facing Blake on a regular show, so that if she wins, Blake can win it back at New Year's Evil or another big show or whatever with it. And also Blake's character of the split personalities with the dark side and the light side, like that also makes a lot of sense because she's she's fleshing out this character.
She's getting better too. You can see it.
Yeah, you're right. But it all comes down to the big spot where, I thought I had a picture of it.
Where you asked me if I heard all the discourse about it, and I said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, because you smartly enough had stayed offline as best you could, because this is a really, I mean, it's as we've talked about, the people in this world are like, the people just get too crazy about stuff. I don't understand it really of where they go, but hang on, give me 1 second here.
I don't know what. I mean, you told me it was a botch ending, and I'm like, I watched this twice.
Yeah, no, I
didn't catch any of that, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, no,
it was awkward.
Yeah, well, okay, so what she does, I mean, she essentially does like a standing coffin drop on Blake and does a back senton and lands on, and this is where people I think are yelling because everyone's like, oh, it's a botch. I'm like, the move might have been a bit botchy in the sense of like, but
people don't know what that word means anymore.
Exactly, that too. But it was a backdrop, like, or that's like a backsplash the way she came out. Like, it's gonna hurt the way she landed. She might have landed a little bit rough on the ribs or whatever with it, but
but not on her head.
Right. Exactly. And if you watch this, I compare this to like with the injuries. When a real injury happens, it's handled differently than when it's a worked injury. And when a real botch happens, it's handled differently than the way they do this. Like, they were showing it, they showed replays.
Yeah, production takes over. They never show a replay of a mistake.
Right. And then they purposely, the way their faces were, they were acting like she's crying for the win. Blake's just mad. Like, no one has like the, oh, fuck look. Like, there was no shock. There was no surprise. Like, this was planned, guys. Like,
it was good though, because the referee looked like everybody was 100% on this.
Yeah.
It was really good to watch because I watched the referee and he's like, yeah, she's a winner.
Yep.
All right.
And then even the way like Vic and then they want you to think it's a botch though, because that's why the way like where Blake's shoulder, because there's actually a clip too where Blake's shoulder is like coming up on 3 for
that's
like
the one. It's not a botch though. It's still not a botch.
Exactly.
It's just a mistake by the referee not checking the shoulders.
Right.
It's different.
But the way with having that ending with it, and then they played Blake's music really quickly, and then they had the graphic up for Thea winning. Like, this was done to give Blake a bit, give Blake an out.
And if you don't think that, who's the guy running the show here?
Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, right.
That's all you gotta do is think about it for 2 seconds. You're like, okay, never mind.
Right, exactly. Like, this is how, like, that's, and again, too, this is how you learn in this company. You've got to learn and work through different things. You've got to have storylines with it. It just, and like Thea's storyline has been, she's been getting better. She's been believing in herself. Like, it was going to end with her winning. Now, she ain't keeping this title long. No. She's going to lose it back either on, they have a show on the 30th, I think, which is the NXT Awards show, or probably New Year's Evil, and then Blake can kind of go, I think New Year's Evil makes sense so that Blake can like have more of those segments where she's yelling at herself and stuff. I don't know. I was just surprised.
Cool.
And then, fuck it. The AEW mole, whether you follow him or not, some people act like he's been wrong about stuff. The only thing he's been wrong about is where he'll tell you what he thinks AEW is going to do, but Tony's booking on the fly. But he will post a lot of stuff about what he hears is going to happen in WWE. WWE isn't booking so much on the fly. Some of it might be a little bit here. But
I will say,
when this match was announced, he posted Thea, a gif of Thea. She's going to, I just, come on, people. This is the work.
My only thing with that, I'll make it brief, of course. I just wish he'd stick to AEW stuff and not to the WWE.
Yeah, I agree. But, and that's why I don't have my notifications anymore, because I don't want to get stuff spoiled for me. But this was, and it just makes sense for Thea with it. It makes sense for Blake. And people but we heard she was going to have the title for a year, so she can't lose it for 2 weeks in that process. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's part of life.
It goes that way. You're not going to go straight through.
Geez.
I said she had it for a long time.
Yep.
She's still gonna.
Exactly. Like, Breakker lost the Intercontinental title for 1 or 2 weeks to Jay at one point, and then he got it back, because that's how the storylines. It's not. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, this isn't even a slam on Triple H when I say this, but when you look at the way this match went, you could see Sean's all over this match. Like if Triple H if this happened during Triple H, you'd think it might have been a botch or a screw up. But with HBK, I mean, this is him.
Yep.
This is all him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I couldn't have said it better myself. Like this, and for people too, and there's the other thing too. Like I at one point I just made like a little tweet of like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Thea winning was not a botch. And some of the people responding back, they're just, first off, they're like, well, it's been reported that it was. Been reported. Okay. Name me one of those sheets that I believe at all anymore. Because there used to be one, but I don't really believe them as much anymore either. And that's Triple H is doing. They're not giving out stories anymore. No one's going to the sheets. And if they are, they're feeding them bullshit. Like we've seen that. Like, I don't know. It's just for people to be so convinced on it. And hey, I will say this. If it comes out somewhere, somehow down the line that it was a mistake and it was a botch and they pivoted that fast, great for them. That's awesome. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm not, but I'm happy to be if I am. Like just
a botch to me is a spot that goes terribly wrong and has drastic outcome, like something bad happens. Here, nothing went terribly wrong, and there wasn't a bad outcome, really.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what people define botch as anymore. I really don't.
No, like there's times I forget. And I'm not talking about the AJ Styles stuff, but there was something recently. I don't even know where I saw, but like somebody tried to do a springboard and slipped or something with it, or like tried to, but I think it was like in a corner, like they tried to do like the jump over and just missed or whatever. And yeah, like there are botches, but also
this is not definition at all.
No,
zero.
And honestly, if it was,
sorry, whoever reported it, I apologize.
Apparently everybody. I saw Dave. The one I really saw was Dave, and I don't ever listen to Dave because I can't stand his voice anymore. But I saw the written quote. He said that was definitely an unplanned title change. I don't remember the last time I've seen one of those, and I'm sure it had 8,000 ums and knows in there or whatever. But like no, and
I'll be willing to give Dave the benefit of the doubt where possible, but
not with WWE. All of the dirt sheets. I've been saying it all year, but I haven't been wrong yet. They are 0 for 2025. They keep missing. Like they'll get stuff about AEW because they're being fed that, but it's just come on.
They only got 2 weeks left, not even.
Yeah, not bringing that average up anytime soon. And that's where people's arguments are. And I even saw a thing with like Bully Ray where he's like, yeah, she probably got the wind knocked out of her, but like. This was the plan. There's a segment later. Like there's no way they wrote that segment for Jordan.
Everything was done pretty quick.
Right. Exactly.
Jesus Christ, they had music and everything ready to go. Camera people set up, stage stands ready, everything.
Okay. Yeah. The new North American champion graphic. It didn't just say like talent name or whatever. Like you don't make, but that's the internet world we live in. People get so mad. And like I said, like I do believe I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am. But if I'm wrong, I will eat that. It's fun.
Yeah. Best part for me is I didn't know it existed, so I'm fine.
Yeah. No,
I enjoyed this and thought it was very good.
I loved it. It was funny for me. I told you this before, but for me yesterday, because I live on the West Coast, so it's on earlier for me. I watched the first 25-ish minutes. I saw this and the beginning of the next segment, and then I went to dinner with my parents and came home and put it. So I didn't go until way later. But all that discourse is out there. But that's this community. They want to bitch and complain about every little thing. But then we next after this had, is this guy just like the backbone of NXT at this point? Like he's just so good at this. I just love everything Ethan Page does. Talking shit, cutting great promos. He's got 2 belts. He's, working for 2 companies with it. Just no notes on his promo. And then he gets cut off by Stax, who just won the TNA International Championship.
This was an interesting little showdown here. I wasn't expecting them to be out there.
No, I wasn't either. But when she was with him, I'm like, oh, they're going to be challenging for the AAA thing. It's like the mixed tag titles, which is exactly what it was, which was perfect. That makes sense. They can have AAA is a great way for them to get more experience in a new area. It's just kind of like when they send, Briggs and then Hank and Tank over to Japan. Like that stuff's great. Or Charlie Dempsey too. Like get the experience.
Plus she's playing in Italian, but she does look Mexican.
Oh yeah, she's Santino's daughter in real life.
Like, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, she's really Santino's daughter. Yeah. No. she is Santino's actual daughter, like not gimmick like that. She's his actual daughter. Cool. Yeah. No, that's which is one of the reasons why I feel like she does, like she works well. She wants to make this work. She wants to make this happen. And she was great with a lot of that TNA stuff, working as the liaison. That was the phrase. No, but and
she was good here. She was good here.
And they live together in real life. They are a real couple in real life. So that's something that, it's just it works.
Lost my chance.
What's up? I lost my chance.
You heard me. Saying it back in the distance. Never mind.
No, it's just no. You just said, "Damn it!" I was like, "Oh shit, did we lose our audio again?"
No.
Message. No, that's even much better, much funnier that way. But then Moose comes out and gets in their faces, which was great because he's like, "You got a TNA belt, but my focus is on Ethan Page." So, which is great. So then we've got at that show on the 30th, which is the NXT year-end award show. It's Ethan Page versus Moose for the North American title, which is great. I love that. That works.
That'll be interesting. I could see them putting the NXT title
especially with that first show on AMC. Even if it has it where Moose wins it and that's where Ethan wins it back, especially too because Ethan wrestled in TNA before, so it makes perfect sense. I got no issues with any of that.
Yep.
I am all for all of that. Yeah, but that was I wasn't expecting Moose at all. That surprised me.
No.
Right?
Matter of fact, I was walking out of the room and then they said Moose is here, and I turned back.
You're like, wait, that Moose? Yeah. And again, like you say it all the time, but that crowd live at NXT is like the most knowledgeable crowd. And of course, every single one of them doing the Moose. No, I like that. That was fun. Yeah. And then we go back to Javon in the parking lot, and Leon Slater's like, "Come on, fam, I need you to come with me here. I've got my big four-way match for the #1 contendership." And does get him to go inside, which was perfect because then Ricky could arrive. That made a lot of sense. I'm liking this angry Javon. This is fun, and it leads to a lot more fun later with it. And then you got the tag match.
It gives him a decent chance. I am not a fan of the bouncy one. I don't like that. I don't like when people call him that. I really don't.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean,
it's silly. That's you said it.
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
Rich, and because he's 21 is why I'm okay with it. Like even like the shirt he's wearing with like the 6'7" on it. I'm like,
it cannot go more than another couple months calling him the bouncy one, though. I can't. Give him a serious name. Get him something cool.
Yeah, and I think maybe depending on when there's going to be a evolution and repackage with it, but I don't mind with your boy's bouncy. Like that doesn't.
No, right now that's fine. Right now it's fine because it's introduction. We're in the introduction process. Yes.
Right. And that was the other thing I forgot to tell on Raw. There's going to be I had the picture but didn't download right. But Javon Evans has a match next week on Raw. So I forget who he's wrestling what is it? One of the Americanos.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be cool. This was just a big boy battle. Like, look at these four. Look at the ref. Which that's wrestling. That right there is how people are saying there's no more big guys coming up and the future's not. There's some big gentlemen right there. But that's all this was a tag match full of meat, but it was fun. I mean, Hank and Tank had to get the win since they just came back from Japan. I'm cool with all of that. I liked it.
Yeah, that trip did them well.
Yeah, no, just like Josh Briggs. Yeah, it's that's like we said, if you're not going to have the house shows and all that kind of extra stuff, like, go on excursions, do this stuff AAA. I mean, that's where the partnerships really can help too. Like I'm all for it. And then we had Ethan Page in the back bitching about
funny.
This was great. Well, it starts with Sol Ruka and Zarya in there talking.
I like Sol Ruka wearing glasses, by the way.
Yeah, she wears those. Yeah, she's a very, very pretty woman. And just like even the way she, like when Ethan Page bursts in, he's like, "I thought I told you to stop hanging out with her." He's so good. And then Chelsea comes in and just eats up all the scenery. But they announced that it's going to be Sol Ruka versus Chelsea for the U.S. title. I don't know if that's this Friday or next Friday. I'm not sure. I know they've already taped this Friday, so I'm like not looking into anything because I don't want to get any spoilers. I would like to watch that spoiler free. So far so good.
Who's the other member that I always forget her name back there?
Alba Fire.
Alba. There was something, I can't remember what happened, but somebody went to go touch Chelsea's hand and she stepped in there like a security guard.
Like a Secret Service agent. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
She's good. She's bought into it fully. Like with her when she does the
I got a kick out of it.
Yeah. Like, and even the fact that she's like wrestling in a suit, like, no, it's good stuff. She's good. I hope Piper heals up. I've heard lots of different reports about her injury and not sure what it is, but doesn't sound good. But hopefully she can come back because they were all it worked very well together, all four of them. But then we had heel Ricky show up, which was good. He showed up with being driven in an SUV with security. Yeah,
I have a question about security after we get to the end here.
All right, that's good. That's yes, I agree. But I like this. I mean, he's got leather pants, that shirt. I mean, that look there screams heel. Like, and this is where I don't mind his pose. Like, the pose as a heel is great because it's so
you throw it in your face. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And even in AEW, like, he's a decent baby face, but he's a better heel. He just is. And with his size, kind of needs to be a heel because he'd be, chicken shit heel or whatever.
Dominic Mysterio type.
Yes. Yeah. Or even back to what we're talking about Shawn Michaels, like, not saying he's as talented as Shawn, but same kind of idea. Like, I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to be really good about it. And, I'm small, but I liked it. But as he's doing this, out of nowhere, Javon Evans just comes out and starts fighting with him. But yeah, the security was like helpful-ish, but not really. Now, there's a point, like, once they get to the outside with it and Ricky starts taking over, I kind of thought I thought he kind of like sent the security away, like, because he hired him, like, I'm going to get him. And then he does the Rochambeau through the.
Then security comes over and tells him to stop going.
Yeah. I think that might have been.
They do the whole hands up, back up, back up. What the hell's going on here?
Well, I think there two were his security and the other guys were NXT security.
They all came out of the truck with them. Every single one of these guys were in the van or whatever the hell.
Two. All right, maybe I missed that, but I thought only two guys came out of the van with him, but I clearly was wrong. I just, looking at this, like, they didn't clear off the table, which people like, but that's good. But, like, there's ow, those things are gonna hurt. Like, look at that. You look at this. He bent all the mics and.
Yeah, but he put his body in the middle.
Yeah, no, it was good.
And then the body parts hit the other thing, which is good.
But I was just, but then this also then explains why Javon wasn't there to help Leon. So that was cool. You then had the tag match, which I was like, okay, Fatal Influence versus Ren and Kendall, but JC's not wrestling. I'm like, I went in to go like make some food or a drink or something in the kitchen, and then I hear Vic go, we're being joined on commentary. Yes, and I was like, yes, I was so happy for you. I was happy for me too, but I was like, yes. And damn it, she was great on commentary. Jay-Z was awesome. She was great. She talked crap and then she gets
distracted the team. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew she'd be great at it, but it was just one of those things of like, yep, this girl has got all the tools. Like, I'm not sure she could be a baby face, but she doesn't need that. She's great at this. I loved it. No, I was
the heel thing is locked in, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's one of those things where she doesn't need to try the baby face stuff. I mean, Toxic Attraction tried to a point, but even so, like, when she gets called up, she can be the heel the whole time. If at some point, like, she turns because the fans start loving and appreciate her and becomes a baby face that way, but in the same character, great. Or just be a bitch for the whole show. That's great. I love it.
Have her and Liv ever had any interactions?
I don't believe so, because Liv's been up on the main roster for a long time.
I know.
Because she was in the Riot Squad and stuff. So no, I don't believe so. And I'm very intrigued. No, that's a good call. I like that idea. But yeah, and then Kendall gets the win. I like Fallon's face in this shot too. Like, that's good facial acting. I like that stuff.
Went to John Cena's school of acting at the end. I'm just kidding.
It's good. Hey, if the joke still gets laughed, you just keep making it.
I'm gonna lose with a smile on my face.
That was just the horror in the eyes. I liked it though. That was fun. I really enjoyed that, at least for what it was. And again, Chasey's just being awesome at what she does. And then we get to the main event, the fatal four-way of four guys. I mean, I'm still not, what is it?
Don't like four-ways.
I don't either. Oh, no, I don't either. I was just talking about the guys in them. Like, I like.
You can have the best guys in the world. I'm still not going to like it.
Yeah. No, I mean, and there's parts of it that I enjoyed.
There'll be a part too.
Yeah, no, I'm with you though. I'm not a big fan of 4-ways. I don't mind 3-ways on those, like, but even still, like, I'm not multi-man stuff has never been my thing. Like, I get it. There's times it works. Go back to like Cornette, where he talked about where you had it where all three were mad at each other for different reasons. You know, it's sometimes it's just 2 heels and a baby face, 2 baby faces and a heel. But I mean, this match was fun for what it was. There were some cool spots. Everybody got to show their stuff.
Well, I can see your boy getting upset soon and turning heel.
Miles Bourne?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And I think this, because he's had a couple of L's, and you know, since he's been out of the NQCC and a single, he's only been a babyface. So I'm good with that. And he kind of similar to other people.
Just me thinking out loud.
No, it'll happen sooner than later because he's doing well, and I like the kid, but he's nowhere near ready to be called up. So you got to run through those. You got to run all through all those paces. So, yeah, but I was surprised that Leon got the win. That was surprising. Just because, well, I just didn't expect Leon to get the win. But
who else were you expecting to win? I'm curious.
Joe Hendry.
See, that's why it was too obvious.
No, I
thought the same thing. I'm like, the obvious answer is Joe Hendry, so he's not going to win.
Yeah, no.
Again, I'm starting to think like Sean.
That's a good point. I just thought because the match was at New Year's Eve, but once Leon won, I thought, no, wait a minute, this makes a ton of sense because you're building into, you know, what is it? I mean, this is on the 5th, and 10 days later, you've got the first episode of, you know, TNA on AMC. So, I mean, obviously, people know who the kid is anyway, but people. It's just a great way of promoting AM or TNA at that moment. And so that makes a lot of sense. Would have been cool if maybe that match was put onto TNA, but you don't need to. It's just a good way of having it for the kid. But I was surprised, but then I was like, no, this makes a lot of sense. I enjoyed it. And good for Leon. All of this is great experience for him. He can bring it back to TNA and do great stuff there because he is working both shows all the time. He's on every episode of TNA as he needs to be.
My initial concern when this whole partnership popped up is that HBK wouldn't be able to figure out how to use the TNA talent in NXT. And it's been the exact opposite.
And I mean, that was a valid, I won't even say criticism, I think a valid concern.
Yeah.
But they've done it so well. Like, it's just. And I always just think back to, and I hate to always like compare shit on AEW, but you have to in this situation. AEW and TNA's partnership just shat on TNA at every turn.
That's not a partnership at all.
Exactly. It wasn't a partnership in any way, shape, or form. Like all they did was step on TNA to try to build up AEW, and what 5 years later now, and look at where, I mean, this is what a partnership is. You build each other up. Like you don't have Triple H going on TNA talking crap about AEW and Nick Khan. Like
it's also good that they're with NXT and not with the main roster.
Yes,
for the most part. I mean, there's been a couple.
No, and it's critical because even so, like there are some folks on TNA that could be on the WWE main roster, but they're not for whatever reasons. And yeah, it doesn't. I feel like if it was partnering with the main roster, it would be more like the AEW one where they'd be squashing people. Because look at the star level of things.
You're not going to Moose come in and beat, Roman Reigns,
right? Or even like Bron Breakker or Dominic Mysterio or whatever, or
the NXT level is perfect. It works.
Yeah, it really is, and
it's the same audience. I mean.
Exactly. And you've got, you have the chance of getting people excited about other things with it, or because more people we know are watching NXT or seeing what they're getting people to, and they promote that AMC stuff all the time. No, this is how a partnership is supposed to go. And I think at least for that first 60 days to make sure no out clauses are hit, they're going to bust butt to make sure that they are great for at least that time period and get the best ratings they possibly can. But no, I'm excited for all of it. Like I said, NXT is consistently my favorite show. Not the best show every week, but damn it, it's a lot of fun. And just
that was enjoyable this week. I enjoyed it.
I'll even say both shows. My biggest way of gauging wrestling shows is when the main event starts. Am I like, all right, finally, let's go? Or both shows this week, like when Ray came out and when they started the 4-way, I'm like, oh shit, we're at the main event already? Nice.
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. Woo! I'm gonna feel that way going in the morning.
Oh God. We'll do our best. No, it's even like when we do these shows, whether it's Spaces or whatever, like if I try not to look at the clock. If I look at the clock and I think it's like, oh, we've been going 30, 45 minutes and we've gone an hour and 5, I'm like, all right, this is going to be quality. But yeah, no, tomorrow we will be doing our AEW Dynamite review, the Holiday Bash. Oh boy, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this YouTube channel. Please join us live. Even if you don't want to come for the whole time, pop in, pop out. We'll kind of we'll BS and have some fun at the beginning. And then we'll just, like I said, we go segment by segment. I grab pictures of everything. We'll talk about all of it. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Hopefully there's some laughs about it. So hopefully there's some good stuff to talk about too. It's a 3-hour show. Both of us have committed to the first 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah. Now, I always watch on HBO Max after it's aired. So I'll use, if there's something watchable in that third hour, I'll at least check it out and let people know and talk about it. But who's watched Collision at all this year? Like, let's be real. And it is a collision, but no, that'll be fun. And then there's no, well, AAA's got a show this Saturday. So if anything happens at that, we can talk about that on our Sunday Spaces show at 8:05 p.m. Eastern this Sunday on my X account. Everything's just at AltJakeTakesOn.
Yeah, their best shows are the ones that are on. You get the YouTube English.
This one is
YouTube Spanish. You get them.
Yeah,
both.
And this one is. I already checked on WWE's already got it loaded in, ready to go. Yeah, no, I have my wife's college holiday party is that night, so I'll be at a open bar holiday party that evening, but I'll watch it either when I get home or the next day. But that'll be it.
I'm waiting to use it somewhere online. Sorry.
No, you're good. I always say we have those, but I actually did just save 2 different free sounds pages. I'm gonna look into that. Maybe we'll get some more sounds, maybe a little bit more fun with and wacky stuff.
I apologize, folks. I'm mentally 5 years old.
It's fun. Hey, living at 60, mentally 50, so you're somewhere in the middle. Yeah, no, that'll be those will be our next couple of shows. We'll have some fun with those there. I think that's everything.
Yeah, come join the chat.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mentioned it before. When you come in and you listen to the conversation, it asks you to subscribe before you can chat. Makes sense, right? So you come in, you can talk anything. You just be respectful to people and don't talk shit. That's all. Well, you can talk shit, just don't be a dick.
And then let's be real. We all know like the certain phrases or words that YouTube doesn't like. Don't put those in your chat because then I can't put them on the screen. Like if there's a conversation or something to be had, bring it in. And
there's put those in, I delete it.
There's been that's a good point. There's been multiple times though where someone has made a great point in the chat and we'll put that up and then that sparks part of the conversation or changes a thought or like, oh, I didn't think of that. Or as you've heard on this show, we don't remember everything and we ask for stuff in the chat. The live, it's a lot of fun. We have a good time with it. It's something similar to the Sunday Night Spaces show. We started it as a experiment, see if it was going to be a hit and canceled if we didn't want to keep doing it. And hey, we're on episode 13 of lives now and episode 40 of Spaces. Yeah, I think it's 13.
13 live shows.
I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me try. Yeah, the last one was 12, which also too, the last 3 live shows have all gotten like over 130 views. So whether you watch it live or you watch it on replay, either way, we are happy to have people come along. So yeah, and like George said, you've got to be subscribed to comment, but it's not like you've got to subscribe for hours or days. Just I have it as instant. You can subscribe, leave your comments. You don't have to have notifications on with this or whatever, but every subscription helps.
You're not going to be ridiculed if you say something. It's just
not at all.
It's fun.
Unless you're like, oh, you guys, unless you come at us with heat and start calling names. There's been plenty of times where we've talked. Like Boris is one of our friends in chats in there, and he's more of an AEW guy, and I love chatting with him because he doesn't just go AEW is the best because it's the best. He'll tell you what he likes and why. That's all. It's even when people were bitching online about stuff. If you are having a discussion, great. When you go immediately to the name calling or just, it's like a child. You're stupid. I'm right. Tell me why. You're stupid. I'm right. Okay. It's done. Muted. And if anybody who's gotten into an argument with that of me and I've stopped talking to them on Twitter, probably because I muted you. It's just, if you have a discussion, I'm here to discuss, but we're not just going to fight and slap at each other. It's like the bitch slap fights.
All right. Awesome. Let's discuss getting the hell out of here.
I was just gonna say anything else you want before we hit the road?
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Right.
Yep. Come and hang out with us 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this YouTube on Thursdays. We'll see you then. Peace, everybody.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.